This has reportedly enraged heir to the throne, Prince William, who wants to officially strip their behinds of the title once and for all.
Prince Harry is losing it big time. Why? Because the UK Parliament is officially talking about removing his royal title. Yep, the same guy who left the royal family for a private life in California might soon be stripped of the prince part altogether.
First, Prince William has finally snapped. Enough is enough. He has told friends he will strip Meghan Markle of the HRH title she keeps using, defying an agreement with the late Queen Elizabeth II to no longer use the title. The Daily Beast has reported that King Charles is turning a blind eye, but King William...
Let's just say Harry's reportedly not taking it well. Grab your popcorn, stick around. This royal mess is getting messier by the minute.
Oh, so they haven't officially been stripped of them, but they did agree not to use them. So down this road, can William officially remove these titles?
Quick pause. If you're enjoying the video so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on more awesome content like this. All right, now let's get back to the video.
This reporting from Tom Sykes, who writes, Prince William will strip Prince Harry and Meghan Markle of their HRH titles when he becomes king, after Meghan made it clear she plans to continue using the honorific, sources have told the Daily Beast. William's determined position makes a stark contrast to that of the king, who is understood not to have any appetite for a fight on the issue.
Prince William is furious. Sources say he's had it with Meghan Markle still using the royal title like it's a fashion accessory, even though she and Harry bailed on royal duties ages ago. Now wait till you hear what comes next, right below this royal chaos.
So this matters. Tells the publication, Charles might be happy to put up with this, but William won't. He loathes and despises Harry and Meghan with every bone in his body. He believes they have betrayed everything the family stands for, and the idea that they are using their royal status as a calling card will enrage him.
Prince William is reportedly fuming, like ready to throw the royal china mad. Watching Meghan still flaunt a title while Parliament debates stripping Harry of his feels like adding salt to a royal wound. It's the drama Crown Wars were made for.
He loathes and despises Harry and Meghan with every bone in his body. He believes they have betrayed everything the family stands for.
Prince William must think Harry and Meghan treated royal tradition like a Netflix script. Rewrite, ditch the duties, keep the titles. To him, it's betrayal with a designer twist. And now with Parliament stepping in, it's karma served on fine china.
But those calls seem to be growing louder and from a more widespread community. And I think that's partly because of this interview over the weekend, which has actually backfired spectacularly on Prince Harry. I think people are starting to lose patience and certainly lose interest in his many, many court battles.
The public had enough. If Prince Harry wanted out, they say, let him fully clock out. No HRH, no half-royal perks, just a one-way ticket to civilian life with podcasts, paparazzi, and awkward glances at royal family gatherings.
I would love reconciliation with my family. I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff. But it would be nice to reconcile. If they don't want that, that's entirely up to them.
Even if Harry suddenly wants a royal reunion, it's way too late for hugs and tea at the palace. That ship didn't just sail, it sank. And you know why.
Those allegations, Buckingham Palace have actually released a statement, which is very unusual, to be fair. All of these issues have been examined repeatedly and meticulously by the courts, with the same conclusion reached on each occasion.
Dude, the door slammed shut and locked, no coming back now. You can't just ghost the family, then expect a royal welcome like nothing happened. Some bridges aren't just burned, they're completely bulldozed. Time to move on, Harry.
Joel Earl Spencer advised against the idea of changing his name, noting the avalanche of legal complications involved. The mere fact that Harry entertained such a drastic move, especially one likely to anger both King Charles and Prince William, underscores the depth of the ongoing tensions within the royal family.
Harry jumped ship without reading the royal fine print. Fame without duty, titles without rules. Now the consequences are crashing in. And surprise, turns out royal life doesn't come with a refund policy.
You don't. You chose to leave. You chose to try a different way of living, independent financial commitment, earning money to support your lifestyle. And of course, because the Queen quite rightly said you can't use your HRH, you can't use royal, and you can't be half in and half out, which is what they wanted.
Everyone's watching Harry like it's a live royal soap opera, trying to play the outsider and still cash in on the crown. Nice try, but the act's wearing thin. Now, with Parliament stepping in, the plot twist might actually stick.
Even more. Is he potentially lashing out? Yes. Are his interventions poorly timed, churlish and a little bit immature? Yes. But is that because this is a man who's gone through untold levels of bizarre trauma, being on such a public stage at a young age, losing his mum in the way he did, and then essentially being the black sheep of the...
Maybe Harry's just a product of the spotlight. Growing up in front of cameras, always the spare, never the lead. Or maybe, as Meghan puts it, he finally found his voice. It's not betrayal, it's escape. It just depends on who's telling the story.
He's appointed this dude as the CEO of his green charity, the Earthshot Prize. This looks like an unequivocal message to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle from Prince William. And of all the people he could have appointed DD, he's picked this dude.
Well, well, well. Prince William looks done playing nice. He's not losing sleep over what H&M think anymore. With Parliament circling Harry's title, William's focus is on the crown, the country, and cleaning house. Family drama or not, duty calls.
The failure of that relationship between William and Kate and Meghan, that was the most serious thing in the rift between the two brothers.
The rift between Harry and William didn't happen overnight. It's years of tension, different paths, and public drama. But stepping away from royal duties while still clinging to titles, that was the breaking point. Now, Parliament might just make it permanent.
You know, William and Harry were so close all their life, everything they did together. They went and they did everything together. They were so close. And now something must have happened, that seriously happened, that William just can't stand him anymore. And that's just so sad. But, you know, I do believe in I believe in the prodigal son. You know, you can say, I'm sorry, and repent, and promise not to do it again. And I'm sure the King and William will say, okay, let's give it another try.
At its core, this royal mess could shift with one sincere apology from Harry. A real, no interview, no spin kind of apology to King Charles and William. Sometimes healing a kingdom starts with just owning up, before Parliament makes the split official.
But he may not be the sharpest, may not be the smartest, but he's smart enough to realise that at this moment in time, at this moment in our world, his father has a big role to play. And by doing what he's doing, he's undermining not only his country, not only his father as a father, but the king.
Prince Harry isn't just stirring family drama, he's dragging King Charles' reputation through the royal mud. Every stunt, every outburst puts pressure on the crown. While Parliament debates stripping titles, it's clear Harry's chaos is costing the king more than peace.
On the one hand, he's saying, I want reconciliation. I want to have a relationship with my brother again, even though he never wants to speak to me again. I want to speak to my dad again. Yeah, he's probably dying, so I feel a little bit bad about that. Then, in the same breath, he's saying, these guys want me to be unsafe.
Mate, you can't throw bricks and ask for hugs. You left, aired the family's dirty laundry on global TV, then circled back like, but can I still get protection? Hypocrisy much? Feels less like healing, more like headlines.
However, Harry wanted to change his name. Can you think, Kinsey, of a worse betrayal of his father, the king, King Charles, and the royal family, than trying to ditch their name and take on someone else's name?
Harry reportedly wants to change his name. Guess even he's tired of the royal baggage. But here's the twist. Parliament might beat him to it by stripping his title first. Talk about a royal rebrand no one asked for.
The picture he tries to paint with Queen Elizabeth, even saying during that BBC interview that the Queen wanted him to have this level of security, we're finding out the truth, and it's that she was bothered by them.
Harry's favorite move? Pointing fingers and blaming everyone but himself. When things go wrong, it's never his fault, just a royal scapegoat in a palace full of mirrors he refuses to face.
Around these two, but Prince William. You just wait until Prince William is king. I think he's going to put his handsome foot down and he is going to rock Meghan Markle's world. Meghan Markle is going to be humbled very quickly.
When Prince William becomes king, don't expect family group hugs. Expect a royal reset. Titles trimmed, drama denied. And Harry, let's just say, the Christmas card list might get shorter. The crown's coming, and so is William's no-nonsense reign.
And Harry is clearly not okay. And I agree. Harry probably needs to seek some sort of therapist to help him with whatever issues he's going through, because I don't think Meghan's going to help him. She's in her complete own world.
There's clearly something off with Harry, like he's stuck in a royal midlife crisis. And Meghan? Well, she's not exactly tossing him a map. It's like watching two people lost in a palace-sized mess with no exit plan, just interviews, which clearly is not serving them either.
Everything they do seems so manipulative, calculated, PR motivated, money motivated, and the antithesis of what it means to actually be a dutiful working royal.
Harry and Meghan played every PR card. Netflix deals, interviews, the whole emotional branding circus. Calculated, flashy, and oh so lucrative. But now, Parliament's moving to strip the title, and all that plotting's crumbling. Turns out you can't outplay the crown forever.
Is that Harry and Meghan continue to monetize and continue to utilize their proximity to the British royal family as much as they can. I mean, perhaps this was just Prince Harry reminding us that he's the son of the king, because that's the only currency they have here in the States. That's the only thing that makes them relevant.
The only real heritage Prince Harry's hanging on to is being King Charles's son, because let's face it, he ditched the duties, lost the plot, and now might lose the title. At this point, he's royalty by birth certificate and not much else.
William act differently than his father, who, the king does seem to be indulgent, you could say. He's not taking action, he's trying not to provoke them at all. But people have spoke to suggest that William would not be so tolerant, and perhaps he would strip them of their title.
Let's be honest. Insiders, outsiders, palace guards, even the royal corgis know William's done tolerating Harry's circus. The future king isn't playing therapist anymore. With Parliament eyeing that title, it's clear. William's ready to cut ties, not coddle royal rebels.
But on Saturday, the Queen said they're stepping down. According to a statement from Buckingham Palace, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex will no longer be called Your Royal Highness and won't be working members of the royal family. They'll give up their royal duties and military obligations, lose all financial support from taxpayers, and will have to repay the $3.1 million they used to renovate their home at Frogmore Cottage in Windsor.
Looks like history's on loop. Years ago, Queen Elizabeth II showed the door with grace, and now Harry and Meghan are back in déjà vu. Different monarch, same royal exit strategy.
His family. Harry, Meghan and Archie will always be much-loved members of my family. I recognise the challenges they have experienced as a result of intense scrutiny over the last 2 years and support their wish for a more independent life. I want to thank them for all their dedicated work across this country, the Commonwealth and beyond, and I'm particularly proud of how Meghan has so quickly become one of the family.
Queen Elizabeth II took their titles with a smile and a royal, "We wish them well." Basically the monarchy's version of bless your heart. Now Parliament's skipping sugar and going straight for the scissors.
People magazine, which is seen as another favoured Sussex news outlet, has published a story suggesting that Harry is upset with the status quo. And it confirms that there have been no private meetings between the King and Harry, his younger son, for more than a year. And it says that Harry's calls and letters go unanswered and that the King has been unavailable.
The rift so deep, William reportedly iced Harry out completely. No calls, no replies, no face-to-face with King Charles. It's not just distance, it's deliberate. Looks like the future king's message is clear. Betray the crown and you're royally cut off.
In their Netflix documentary, Harry and Meghan confirmed that this was the first time that they had seen the other members of the royal family since the news was announced that they were leaving. Harry confirmed that, "I felt really distant from the rest of my family."
Harry says he's distanced himself from the royal family, yet he's fuming when they act distant. Make it make sense. You can't slam the palace door, then get mad no one's waving from the window. That's not a feud, that's irony.
He is not entitled to 24/7 taxpayer-funded police protection. He is no longer a working member of the royal family, and that is something he hasn't had since 2020. Now, this does not mean that Prince Harry has zero security when he comes to the UK. The level of security he gets is provided on a case-by...
Reality check, Harry. If your security's been downgraded because you're no longer a working royal, how exactly do you think holding onto that HRH title still makes sense? Royal perks, royal responsibilities. Remember?
Been something Harry's struggled to realise, which is that journalists have real sources, and often we hear things because his friends have told people who have told us.
At this point, Meghan and Harry should probably zip it, because the media has ears sharper than a royal corgi. Every whisper, every dramatic sigh gets headlines. Playing innocent while the receipts are public? Please, even the tabloids aren't buying that act anymore.
Effectively, but they're always changing direction. Therefore, they must always be at a crisis point. I have a feeling this story is going to end badly, certainly for Prince Harry.
With the royals tightening rules and public support fading, it's clear Harry and Meghan are in for a rough ride ahead. Losing the title might just be the start of a much harsher journey.
We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard. Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion magazines? What are you suggesting? Well, I just think some people might say that your Instagram-loving wife actually doesn't want her privacy. How dare you!
Prince Harry goes full meltdown mode anytime someone mentions Meghan, like privacy was ever part of their brand. Funny how they demand space, then drop Netflix docs and memoirs. If irony paid rent, they'd be living in Buckingham Palace by now.
And a recent poll by The Express found that 97% of those surveyed believe that King Charles should strip Harry of his royal title. I mean, that doesn't really surprise me. What's your take?
Let's be real. After all the drama Harry caused, most people think taking away his HRH title isn't harsh. It's just fair. You can't walk away from the royals and still keep the crown perks.
Basically, the HRH is only given to working royals and senior members of the royal family because it denotes a level of I guess, respect in the public, and also it's not a financial thing. Working royals do not profit. They do not use their names to make money. It's an honour to have an HRH.
Absolutely. The HRH title stands for duty and public service, not highly resourceful hustlers. It's a symbol of working royals, not a brand logo for cashing in. But Harry and Meghan flipped it into merch. Royalty turned reality show, minus the actual work.
Of Wales, who spoke to the Daily Beast, he said that William is furious, unsurprisingly, and he's also already formulating plans to deal with this when he becomes monarch. I think that he feels that King Charles, God bless him, is in poor health at the moment, has other priorities, and I think that Will feels that this has just gotten out of hand, and we need to take a tougher line basically in the family against Harry and Meghan. So I think the understanding is that when he becomes monarch, they will be formally stripped of the HRH.
So, with Parliament circling and the Crown clearly drawing lines, the big question remains, will Harry finally lose the HRH title he's been clinging to, or will another royal twist flip the script? One thing's certain, the drama's heating up, and the real storm may be just beginning. If you caught the irony, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe for more.